Hello and welcome to the Anvils of Connor YouTube channel, where today we'll be taking a closer look at the Tortuga Bay Tartar Knights version 2 kit, kindly sent across by Heinrich, the man behind Tortuga Bay. Now this kit is something I've, as soon as he showed promotional shots of it, I couldn't wait to get my hands on some to be used for some true scale Tartaros, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that regarding copyright, but yeah, there'll be Death Shroud, just a squad of 5 Death Shroud. I know it's not the sacred number by any means, but 5 Death Shroud in Tartaros armor, okay, using these upscaled kits, multi-part kits that have been expertly crafted by Heinrich. So let's have a closer look at what's going on. So he sends us some nice 40mm bases. So here we are. So we have 5 sets of legs. Let's arrange these. You can see this is literally an unboxing. It's my first ever unboxing on the channel, and as you can see, it's a little bit chaotic. So right, here we are. So you've got the bodies. So I'm kind of doing this through the camera as well. You see. So here we are. So we've got bodies, legs, and some heads as well. Now, Death Shroud, this is one of the very few units where I actually won't be having a bare head on the squad leader or the sergeant, on account of the background for Death Shroud, where they are in actual fact all sort of anonymous champions pulled from the ranks to become the 49, I believe there are, 49 Death Shroud who are, act as Mortarian's bodyguards. Again, not that he needs them in the same way that you've got, bodyguards for all other Primarchs, but they are pretty superfluous in the face of the overwhelming capabilities and abilities of the Primarchs. All right, so it looks like we have 4 sets of the standard style legs, and we have the beautifully detailed legs for the sergeant there, okay, with the knee detailing, which may be a little bit familiar to some of you, all right. And we have the multi-part torsos. Now, I really rather like this idea because it means you can really get up close and personal with certain details. So you can see the cowling there. You can see that beautiful detail that will be visible behind the helm, all right. So that could be quite a nice little feature to add. Then I'm just popping a generic torso front on here. They fit beautifully, as you can imagine. All right. Now I will probably just gap fill. I mean, there's actually no need really, but it may be worthwhile just gap filling these little areas here. But yeah, beautiful. So let's grab a pair of legs for this bad boy. Now, whether or not I will be using the supplied heads or not. Sorry, trying to find where these are. The supplied heads. These are beautifully detailed as well. You really can't see any evidence of printing or anything like that, which is great. I know a couple of his early kits. I think the Mark II, Space Knight armor. I don't know if that's the name of it, but again, just trying to make sure he doesn't get in trouble. So yeah, the Mark II armor he did, I think the first set did have a little bit of sort of print lines visible, as it were, and I've got one to show for comparison for scale. But scale was kind of the name of the game. You guys know for some time I have been making true scale Space Marines, whether it's in power armor or Terminator armor, and this, as soon as Tortuga Bay became even marginally well known, I jumped on board and got hold of some of their bits and pieces to use in my armies, namely an Emperor's Children Loyalist Istvan III themed force, which I have a sergeant to show you from to compare to this guy, and then as you can see with the Death Guard as well. All right, so I am hopefully Santa will be bringing me the Forgeworld Death Shroud kits. I have as well a bag of treats over here somewhere that I ordered from Egghead Miniatures, which is a great bits website. So these will be used on these Tortuga Bay. I'll take some details from the Death Shroud kits, namely the little sort of roundels. I don't know if they're called that. I'm sure someone will shout at me down the video. But adding the details that you have on the Death Shroud to these models. So you've got that groin, that elongated groin plate, the little detailing on the knee joints and on the elbows, and then of course the little hand flamers as well that they have on their right arms. So I think that should look rather smashing altogether. Omicron variant notwithstanding, I have bought a few tickets for events next year, and I had planned to actually pull my finger out and get some painting done. So these guys would definitely be on the roster to get done pretty early on, because if any of you who've followed my Instagram account will know, I am pretty rock hard and turgid, as it were, for Terminators. All right, so and I do have a fair few, so I would love the idea or the opportunity to run some Pride of the Legion lists over the course of next year and events next year. So now, regarding scale, these guys not only are taller, but they have an awful lot more heft, which is obviously superb when you're talking about Terminators, which have, you know, their weight is in tonnage rather than mere hundreds of kilos. So these are real behemoths, all right, in the tactical dreadnought armor, and they should look pretty implacable, if I'm perfectly honest. So nice heft to them. Now I have a couple of different models that I can compare this to. So I have a Anvils of Connor Classic, which has been used recently for size comparisons. So I've got an Emperor's Children sort of assault Terminator, and you can see that this guy, oh goodness me, sorry, apologies, this is not very professional. But yeah, so you can see that this guy stands a good few millimeters taller than the chap on the right. Again, I probably should have glued that first, but oh well, the magic of video. And I have the Mark II chap. All right, so this is obviously using the Tortuga model. So you can see, again, you know, not to toot my own horn, it is a work in progress as well, but I do love this little conversion I did. But you can see some sort of print lines on there, so I'll have to work my magic before I'm able to paint this guy. And yeah, there's little sort of casting issues as well. But again, nothing I shouldn't be able to sort out. But yeah, so they work beautifully together. It's the same kind of size difference to some extent between a standard Marine and a Terminator. But again, the bigger the better, in my honest opinion. Beyond using Primark models for true scaled Marines, which I think is a little bit absurd, but there we go. So there's that guy there. I also have the Forgeworld Imperial Fists Praetor that I've been converting across to the 3rd Legion. All right, so just waiting for a cloak to sort of mop him up, and then this guy should be good to go. Now this is, I must say, hats off to Forgeworld. It's an incredible kit. Though I dare say, I believe the rumours that maybe they pressed the wrong button, the wrong print size or zoom button, as it were, scale button, when it came to getting these guys off the press. But let's see our Tortuga guy next to him. Yeah, so you can see with the fact that the Praetor on the right has an extremely wide stance. If he was standing tall, standing erect, he would be pretty much the same height, if not maybe a tad taller. And I mean, you can see it's about the same. So they're pretty much spot on. So I might even get hold of some for a squad to run alongside this Praetor. Again, that is painting dependent, etc., etc. Classic Anvils of Connor style. There's an awful lot of grey resin around. And the final model that I wanted to compare this one to is a very recent conversion of mine, which is Ezekiel Abaddon from the Forgeworld Cataphractii Sons of Horus Praetor model. Again, I eventually got that sentence out, and so I'm just going to pop his top knot in. Can't be seen without his top knot. And this guy, there we go. I mean, Abaddon is supposed to be an absolute unit of a Terminator, and he's about the same, roughly about the same size. Okay. Again, I'm not going to grumble too much. The Forgeworld model on the right is going to be probably quite an awful lot bigger than the Justerin that is produced by Forgeworld. But I think that you can find equivalent models from our man Heinrich, which Sons of Horus players will be very happy about if they want to make it look consistent with the Praetor model that I've decided to use for Abaddon. All right, so there we go. Just a really quick unboxing. Just wanted to sort of let you guys know my thoughts on these kits. I'm again a huge fan. I've never thought that Space Marines have been the right scale produced by Games Workshop. And like I said earlier, I'm delighted that Heinrich came along with Tortuga Bay and has been producing these marvels. Incredibly well detailed, perfectly well proportioned. And yeah, stay tuned to my on my Instagram channel, where I will be posting up sort of whips of these guys as I sort of approach Christmas and the New Year. And I expect it will probably be around January then the squad of 5 is completely finished. Again, waiting for a little gift from Saint Nick. All right. And with that, have a great one, guys. Have a fantastic sort of Christmas and New Year, whatever you get up to and however you celebrate. I hope everyone stays safe and gets some good Christmas cheer. Good food, good drink, and all that. And yeah, take it easy. I'll see you soon.